You know, if you are a discerning cigar smoker, you probably like to enjoy a nice craft brew or perhaps a glass of wine or a spirit with your premium cigar. And if so, I have the perfect guy for you here with me today. His name is Leo Brown, and he runs a page called Barrels and Leaves, and it's all about cigar pairings. So Leo, why don't you go ahead and tell us more about what you do?
Well, with Barrels and Leaves, what we like to do is take a good cigar, pair it with whatever your beverage of choice, whether it be spirit, beer, wine, soda, even tea. We make sure that we understand all the notes that the cigars are going to give. We understand the notes that each beer, spirit, and wine is going to give. So we want to try to combine them and just give them their enthusiasticness into the cigars.
So, for example, you're smoking the Todos Los Dias, which is a very strong cigar.
Absolutely.
So, with a strong cigar like that, what would you pair that with?
This would have to really go with a bourbon. As far as the spirit side, if you wanted to do a wine, this is gonna go more or less with a Merlot, maybe even a Cab, just depending on the year. Of course, the vintage years are gonna make the difference also.
And for non-alcoholic drinks?
Non-alcoholic drinks, I would actually put this with a cider.
Okay.
Yeah, a good like Angry Orchard would go well with this one, because the Angry Orchard is going to give a little bit of apple flavor. So you can kind of draw a little bit more from this, because what you want to do with cigars is that you don't want to overpower one or the other. And the way that we look at it is that you want to try to have a Disneyland experience. And what I mean by that is a lot of people, they go to Disneyland and the first thing that they think is, wow, I'm here. You know, they enjoy themselves, they want to go back and tell everybody and have a good time. Well, we want you to do the same thing whenever you're smoking your cigars. So you don't want to overpower the cigar or the drink. You want it to complement each other. With the craft beer, I would say with this one, for sure you're gonna want a full chocolate bodied stout. And that's the way I would go with that one. I'm more of a medium to medium plus body cigar smoker, even though the Todos Los Dias is more full bodied. I still can enjoy a full body every now and again, but I'm mainly between medium to medium plus range.
Tell us about how you got started with Barrels and Leaves.
Initially, about 6 years ago, is when I really started diving into the world of cigars. One day, I was sitting at home and I was smoking a cigar, and my dad, bless his soul, he always loved Johnny Walker Black. Johnny Walker Black with a cigar. I said, wow, this is weird taste. I'm not liking this. You know, the drink was overpowering the cigar. And the cigar I was smoking at the time was actually the MX2 by CAO. So at that point, I decided to say, hey, you know what, I'll smoke another cigar tomorrow and I'll try something different. And that kind of got the ball rolling for me as far as pairings are concerned, because I did it more and more and more. So now I'm smoking 2 to 3 cigars a week and I'm putting my time in. I'm learning how to distinguish the different notes. I'm learning how to pick up the different notes when the transition actually happens.
What were you smoking? What were you drinking? What were you pairing? Where you finally said, this is something, I can do something with this?
A Monte Cristo collab with AJ Fernandez, the white band that he did.
Okay.
I just wanted something to drink because of the fairness, I like to call it, with that cigar. I said, you know what? I said, I got some Stella Artois in the refrigerator. Let me go and grab it, see if this will go well. So I went in, grabbed it, and I tried it. And that backside from the cigar and the beer, it was okay, but it wasn't the right one. And I knew it at that moment. That's when I said, you know what? I gotta do something with this. I gotta make this better. I gotta start really putting this thing down and making it work. So at that moment, when I had that AJ Monte Cristo and that Stella Artois, that's when I started diving into what cigars really were. So I started doing a show, and one show led to another, one show led to another, and it just became fun. A lot of time has been put in, a lot of dedication has been put in, a lot of, I'm just gonna do this thing till the wheels fall off has been put into this.
So let me ask you something. Out of all of the pairings, and I'm sure there's probably not just one, but is there one pairing that you did that just is very memorable for you, where you go, wow, this really works together?
Yes, and it's not because we're sitting here smoking Steve Saka cigars, but the Sober Mesa and the Ballast Point Victory at Sea.
And what is the Victory at Sea?
The Victory at Sea is a stout. It is I believe the ABV on it is 8.5.
Oh, wow.
So it's pretty high. It's one that gives a lot of chocolate notes to it.
Oh.
A lot. And it's the dark chocolate.
Ooh.
Not the milk chocolate, so it's not necessarily gonna sit on your tongue or anything of that nature. It's gonna go down, it's gonna go smooth. It actually, you can only get in a 12-ounce glass if you buy it anywhere else, but unless you buy it from Ballast Point itself, it's gonna come in a bottle.
Okay.
So with the chocolate note that is in the Sober Mesa, some of the lightness of the draw that you get from it, it really goes well when you have a drink and then you take a draw from that cigar. It is just one of the absolute most favorite pairings that I have. It's just phenomenal, phenomenal.
Where would people find you on social media?
All over the place, Pat. Instagram, Barrels and Leafs. That's Barrels in Leafs, L-E-A-F-S. Facebook, Barrels in Leafs. Website, barrelsinleafs.com. Twitter, Barrels and Leafs. There's nothing that's not Barrels and Leafs. I post pretty much almost every day. If not, I'm posting every other day. Whenever I am doing a show, it's something that's easy, it's kick back, we're gonna have some fun, we're gonna talk about cigars, we're gonna talk about pairings, we're gonna talk about what's going on in the industry, and just be able to bring the cigar industry to everyone else.
Leo, thank you for spending time with us. Guys, take advantage of this resource. Please go check them out, barrelsinleafs.com, Barrels and Leafs on Facebook and Instagram. And remember, as always, stay smoky, and we'll see you on the road.